Alright guys, we left off here yesterday after my character creation video, and now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having some fun going out on our own and showing just how difficult or simple you find the introduction to the actual game. So as my first video showed, we're going to be heading out towards the graveyard area. So we're going to run this way. Now we're going to be doing this shieldless for now because I did spend a good portion of my introduction money on the skill points towards Majory. So that set me back quite a bit as far as the initial... Ooh, looks like somebody just got killed here. Oh, nothing for me. Alright, on the bottom left hand side here, you're going to see something that pops up in a second saying you have left the protection of the town guards. See where it is. It should be right around here somewhere. Yep, you have left the protection of the town guards. This means if you get attacked out here, the guards will no longer assist you. So you got to be really careful to make sure that you keep a pretty vigilant lookout on everything around you. And as there are people over in this area, as you can see, he's got a horse. That's probably going to be my first goal of the video, is to attempt to go ahead and get enough gold to get a horse for start. So as you can see, not terribly hard to these guys, but I'm also not doing a whole lot of damage to him either, because the skill sets are still very low in the beginning. This guy over here is blasting everything. But you can see the swordsmanship going up in the corner here fairly quickly. You've got tactics going up, you've got anatomy going up, and of course you've got healing that's going to be going up as soon as I start practicing my heal. On the bottom left here, when I do press heal, you will see I'm applying the bandages. And as you can see also as well, like on my last video I was telling you guys, the actual base stats do go up pretty significantly. Strength's already gone up, intelligence has already gone up, dexterity is going up, just based on the first initial fight I have here with this introduction zombie in the graveyard. So it's a lot of fun. Oh man, my bandages, they barely helped. So that's what I put 50 points in the healing for, was just for the simple fact that healing, in my opinion, not only is it extremely important to keep your guy alive, but it's actually fairly difficult to raise, and it's expensive. You have to buy the cloth, you have to cut the cloth, and so yeah, now it worked, and my guy's back at full health points, so that's perfect. So let's go ahead and whittle away at this zombie here with my katana. I probably should have stuck with a skeleton as my first victim, just because I think they have far less health points. But as you can see over in the corner and down here, with the skill gains we're getting from this is pretty impressive for your first thing you're fighting. Swordsmanship 28, tactics 3, anatomy 4. So we've gone up a pretty significant amount on the first thing we engaged, which is good. However, if it takes this long to kill a zombie, we may be looking at quite a while before I have enough money to get the horse. So you finish applying the bandages, they helped, I'm back to full health. But as you can see, this creature is actually regenerating his HP almost as fast as I'm actually doing damage to him. There we go, I'm starting to hit a little bit better. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Let's see. I don't think they run, which is a good thing, because if they did, that would be pretty devastating. Because I would be chasing this guy all over the place, because I'm not doing that much damage, and I'm missing quite a bit. They do run. Well, that's disappointing. That's okay. Didn't seem to run very far. Another thing I could do is show you guys the actual introductory dungeon. I believe it's actually sitting right there in Britain. If they still have it, they used to. Actually, we may go run there to see if I can't get any additional skill points towards the bonuses. after this zombie finally decides to die again, seeing he's already dead. Oh, 130. Maybe we will stay here. That was actually much, much more than I thought. I thought they were going to give somewhere around 20 to 30 apiece. So 130 is very, very good. Let's see, that guy's outside the gate. Let's see. Got some skeletons. Spooky, scary skeleton. Ooh, no, don't want that because he casts spells. Don't need that right now. Let's go over this way. Here, I see a skeleton. And another shade. Have to be somewhat cautious on what I attack at this point because my guy is so new. I really don't want to get into a position where I get poisoned by a caster and I don't have any way to heal myself. So I'm trying to play it somewhat safe. But as you can see over here, guys, I mean, the first creature we had... Now, granted, this weekend is double skill point weekend. I think I mentioned that in my last video. But over here, we've already almost got 10 anatomy and almost up to 10 tactics. And our swordsmanship's already raised to 34. So huge gains off the first mob. And as you can see, this one's going down way faster. So that other one must have been just a more challenging one. And this is probably going to, yep, 48. So yeah, we're seeing the difference in the gold standard. It's probably even, yeah, it probably still is better to go ahead and stick with the easy stuff though, because it didn't take near as long to put down. Let's head over this way. Yeah, see, I don't want to fight two of them. I really, really don't. Especially not without a shield. If I had a shield, I might be able to justify it under the pretext that I was going to be gaining my parry skill. Without it, I don't think it's going to be much good for me. So let's head over this way. See if we can outmaneuver these things. Let's see here. I did see one of them on the outside of the gate earlier. There we go. So this guy's going to be perfect. That skeleton, he wants some too. Well, can't get over the gate, brother. Let's see here. Well, you can already tell the differences in just the few skill points we've gotten. This zombie seems to be going down significantly faster than the previous one. That makes me very, very happy because that other one dropped 130 gold. You only need about 500 to 600 to get a horse, so that's, 5 of these things. And then, of course, we'll probably get another couple hundred to get more bandages and things of that nature. I'd really like to get a shield. No point in having parry skill. I can't even raise it at all. Let's see here. There we go. Boom. Dude, another 130. In my mind, I don't know why I thought these things did not drop that much. They're dropping almost as much as the ogres and trolls. Which is great, because that's what I'm going to be fighting next. So, it actually may make more sense to come through here and just slaughter these quickly if they drop the same amount. But you wouldn't be getting the skill point ups and everything else as well. Alright guys, over here on the right hand side I want to show you something real quick. Your skill points can look a lot better than they actually are. And that's not going to make a whole lot of sense just yet. But when you click down here and you see something called Show Real, that's going to be your actual real skill point set in that actual skill. So as you can see, my swordsmanship here is 38.7. Without it, it's 42.3. So be sure to click Show Real. That way you don't get confused as to why, you don't have the GM title or whatever else it is if your thing says 100 but you're really only 99.3 or anything like that. I've done that before. I keep hitting for 1. It's a fucking katana. I don't know how I'm getting for 1. Maybe this guy has really, really thick dead skin. 15.5, 15.4, and swordsmanship is over 40 now. So yeah, this is going to be a real quick start. Let's see here. And I'm actually taking on 3 of them at a time. Well, 2 and 1's running, but the only bad thing about when they run is they still counter your attacks. So even though they're not directly like facing you and attacking, whenever you go to swing on them or whatever else it is, they will still attack you back. Which is actually kind of a pain, especially if you're trying to, you got low HP or something like that, and then of course you finally get it got down to run, and then he turns around and keeps hitting you for just the same amount. Let's see here. We've got 576 gold, gents. We'll kill these 2, and then hopefully we'll go get us a horse. And that will make traveling far, far easier. I usually don't get a horse this early on, only simply because I don't want my guy to die and then lose the horse. But we're going to go ahead and do it, just so I don't have to walk around so slowly. For you guys, obviously, you know, watching these things, it's no fun to just watch me take a 10-minute stroll through the woods. Come on, go down. Come on. Die. HP is getting a little low. My bandages do not seem to work. You're bandaging your healing skill. You lose like certain percentage points. Ooh, there's a lich. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. Liches are more of a advanced enemy. There's no way I'd be able to even come close to touching a lich. And they cast pretty high up spells. So yeah, he would destroy me real quick. Let's get over here and see. Oh, but every time you get hit, it'll say your fingers slip, and the chances of your fingers slip, the chances of your heal going off are they get reduced every single time. So let's see. We'll go ahead and take out the skeleton first, and then we'll move on to this zombie. And then hopefully after that we can go ahead and go get our mount. Let's see here. Ooh, I got us the first set of armor too. Bone wrists. Now, as you can see, it does actually affect your paper doll, and it does actually affect your character on screen. And everything does that. Everything has a very unique look to it, which is really cool. The weapons do, the armor does, the helmets, everything down to me removing my shoes actually makes my character with no shoes. Very cool in that aspect. That they did that part very right. Alrighty, let's see here. Alright guys, I think we're going to go get our first horse. Let's go ahead and turn off combat, get into the town, and I will show you guys the best place in my opinion to buy one. There is a horse vendor outside of town, but it's in a very contested area that I don't find to be the most safe area in the world to go, especially not with the competing guilds that are out there right now. So I try to stick to this one up here. And right here, as you see on the radar, it's just past right here where the Mages Guild was. I showed you guys yesterday. So we'll go up here. You click on one of these guys. You simply say buy. And then, oh wow, they've got a lot of stuff here. Well, I don't want a llama. I don't need a pack animal. Okay, well that guy didn't have anything for me. Let's see if this one does. Okay, horse. 550, boom. Now, we've got our horse. And as you can see, things get much better. So, I think I'm going to conclude it there, guys, just to make sure you guys knew exactly how to, in my opinion, get the starting issue of getting the ride and the mount. We're going to run back up here, and the innkeeper doesn't mind that I ride my horse right into his building. right over next to the bed. We're going to go ahead and exit it here, though, guys. I'll tell you what, subscribe and like this, guys. I'm going to be making some more of these, and hopefully next time we're going to try to push out a little bit more in deep to the actual graveyard, and possibly go down and start trying to see if we can step up to the ogres and trolls. So you never know. We'll see what happens, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.